You built it together, from nothing. The idea was yours. The first client was yours. The code, the product, the pitch, built side by side. You trusted this person completely. They were your co-founder, your partner, the person who knew everything. Then you show up on a Monday morning and your key card doesn't work. They held a board vote without you, diluted your shares to 0, and rewrote the company history with your name removed. This is what happens when your co-founder steals the company. And what you do next is the only thing that matters. It started the way the best companies always start. With a problem that bothered you, a person who understood what you were trying to solve, and a napkin with a sketch that both of you believed in completely. You divided the company equally, 50-50, because that was what it was, equal. You brought the vision and the client relationships. They brought the operational skills and the technical execution. The agreement felt unnecessary to formalize carefully because you trusted each other. You had been friends. You had worked together before. You knew this person. The company grew, slowly at first, then faster. Investors came in. A real team formed. The idea that had lived on a napkin became a product that real people were paying real money to use. And through all of it, the late nights, the difficult clients, the moments where giving up would have been easier, you built it together. The warnings were subtle. The solo calls that your co-founder took outside the office. The investor meetings you weren't invited to. The small exclusions from decisions that used to be made jointly. You noticed these things and attributed them to the natural evolution of roles in a growing company. You were wrong. They were the architecture of what was coming. 6 months before the Monday morning when your key card stopped working, your co-founder had begun meeting with lawyers and board members to restructure the company's share ownership. New classes of shares were being created. Your existing shares were being prepared for dilution, and a board vote, requiring only the investors and your co-founder, was being organized for a date when you would not be present and would not be notified. You were the last person in the company to know it was happening, which is exactly how it was designed. The first call you make is not to your co-founder, it is to a lawyer. Because the moment you understand what has happened, the moment you read the email about the board vote and the share cancellation, you understand that this is no longer a relationship problem. It is a legal problem. And in legal problems, the first person who lawyers up has an advantage. The lawyer's first question is about your co-founder agreement. Specifically, does it contain a supermajority requirement for issuing new share classes? Does it require your written consent for any action that dilutes your ownership? Does it have a fiduciary duty clause requiring board members to act in your interests as well as the company's? The answer to all three is no, because you trusted this person and didn't think you needed those protections. The co-founder knew this. They had read the agreement more carefully than you had. The document you both signed was a blueprint for exactly what they did, but the lawyer finds something, a procedural violation. The board vote required a quorum that was not properly achieved, a notice period that was not properly observed. Small things, technicalities, but in corporate law, technicalities are real. You have grounds to challenge the vote. You have grounds to seek a temporary injunction. The legal fight is difficult and expensive, but it is possible. The legal battle takes 18 months. 18 months of depositions, document discovery, and the particular grinding exhaustion of fighting someone who was once your closest professional ally and now sits across a courtroom table from you with their own legal team. The co-founder's defense is that you were not contributing, that the company needed to move forward without the drag of a founder who was holding it back. Your evidence is your Git commits, your client email threads, your product decision records, the client relationships that you personally built. Every significant client the company had came through you. The investors know this. The employees know this. And when the depositions are complete, the court knows this too. The settlement comes before the full trial. Your co-founder does not want the complete record made public. The terms include financial compensation, significant, though not the full value of what was taken, and formal acknowledgement that you were a co-founder of the company. Your name goes back on the website. The history is restored. Not everything, but enough to continue. Here is what the experience teaches, at a cost that no business school curriculum could replicate. A co-founder agreement is not a reflection of distrust. It is a reflection of honesty about what human beings are capable of when money, control, and pressure combine. The agreement you need is not the simple template that most founders use. It needs vesting schedules with cliffs that protect both parties. It needs supermajority requirements for any action that affects ownership. It needs buyout formulas agreed in advance so that departures have a process rather than a battlefield. It needs IP assignment language that leaves no ambiguity about who owns what was built. And it needs a dispute resolution mechanism that channels conflict into process rather than courtrooms. The warning signs were all there. The solo calls, the private meetings, the gradual exclusion from decisions. In retrospect, the preparation for what happened was visible 6 months before it occurred. The lesson is not to be paranoid about your co-founder. It is to build a legal structure that makes betrayal structurally impossible, regardless of what any individual decides to do. And the deepest lesson, the idea survived. The product vision, the client relationships, the understanding of the market, none of that lived in the legal structure that was stolen. It lived in the person who created it. You. The co-founder took the company name in the shareholder register. What they could not take was what the company was actually built on. 3 years after the Monday morning when the keycard stopped working, the new company you built with the settlement money and the hard-won wisdom is valued at more than the stolen one. The stolen company was acquired at a fraction of its peak valuation, the co-founder's exit yielding far less than honest partnership would have produced for both of you. The napkin from the original coffee shop meeting is framed on the wall of the new office. Not as a reminder of what was taken, as a reminder that the idea was always yours, that ideas don't live in legal documents, that what someone steals from you is never what actually made you valuable. Do you have a co-founder? Check your agreement tonight. Not because you don't trust them, because trust without structure is just hope, and hope is not a co-founder agreement. The key card works now, every single morning, because this time, legally and completely, it is yours.